I wanted to talk a little bit about it's a concept developed by Andreas Antonopoulos. If you haven't read The Internet of Money, if you haven't read his book, The Internet of Money, make sure y'all go ahead and pick that up, man. Go pick that up. Take a look into that, man. It's a collection of his lectures, man. I really love it a lot, man. I think I'm going to go back in there and read that book again, man. It's called Infrastructure Inversion. Infrastructure Inversion, right? And he talked about how, like, when some of the biggest inventions came around, how everyone as a society kind of like wrote it off at first. They said it would never work, but they wasn't really expanding their mind enough. Like, they weren't thinking about infrastructure being built on top of it, making the user experience easier for the everyday person so that they can use it, right? If that makes sense. I'm going off the top of the dome. But he talked about, because we are in a bear market now with Bitcoin, right? You know, prices are down now. We bought at 60. We bought at 60 today. I think we kind of went up to like 70 a little bit, but we've been down in the 60s from all-time highs. We've been down like 50%. Dang, traffic kind of crazy. I figured this would be a good time to kind of talk about infrastructure inversion because the sentiment for Bitcoin has been at an all-time low, right? And how the bears are really out right now when it comes to Bitcoin, right? They coming out the woodworks right now. They're talking about why it won't work. It's never going to work in this current financial system, in the current banking system. It's too hard for the everyday person. Nobody knows what Bitcoin is about. This Bitcoin thing is just never going to work. You could compare it to the car. Like when the car came around back in the day, everybody was talking about, man, this is stupid. Everybody wasn't like, wow, this new invention, this car, this is amazing, this is great. They was like, man, this is the dumbest idea ever. This is the dumbest idea ever. A car, how is a car going to work on a road that's built for horses? How is a car going to work on a dirt, muddy road? This is never going to work. This is going to be a failure. It's too complicated. It's stupid. But then what happened, right? As the infrastructure started to be built on top, after the car came around, they start paving the roads now. The roads are paved now. So not only do cars now work even better, the horses can still rock. The horses can still it worked better for the horses too. The horses ain't got to stump all through the mud and slip and slide. The horses can still, the infrastructure made it better for the previous user and the current users, or the previous layer and the current layer, the layer below it. That's exactly how Bitcoin is going to work. Right now, Bitcoin is on top of the current banking system, right? Current financial system. So everybody's thinking the same thing. Bitcoin is stupid. It's not going to work. It's going to be a failure. How can I buy things with it? They got all these questions, right? Especially with it being, like a bear market right now. The sentiment is real low right now. The bears is out crazy. So it's going to work the same way. Infrastructure there's going to be a layer built on top. It's going to be a layer built on top, and it's going to make it easier for the user to use Bitcoin. When electricity first came around, people was content with gas in their homes and gas in their buildings to light their home up and to keep them warm. You know what I mean? The telephone line, only so much data can be ran through the telephone line. Now, we got better connections. We got cables running across the oceans faster than ever, moving information faster than ever. And now, phone calls are being made on the internet now versus through telephone wires, right? So hopefully I explained that correctly, but all calls are pretty much made over Wi-Fi. Basically is what I'm trying to say. So as the Bitcoin layers continue to grow and get and start stacking on top of each other, layers will starting to get built on top of each other, it's going to be easier for the average user to use Bitcoin. The user experiences is going to be so easy. Self-custody, if you want to mine, if you want to run a node, if you want to test different wallets are going to be able to do different things. It's going to be easier for, I mean, shoot, when Bitcoin first came around, everybody didn't have access to buy it. They had to do it through somebody. Now, shoot, you can just jump on Cash App. You can download Strike. You know what I mean? You can do it at the click of a button. So you can just tap an app and do it. So over time, it's going to get easier. If you really sit and think about it, there hasn't been any major innovations when it comes to banking or your money. You notice that? We got all this tech going around. The cars is better, the planes is better, people going to the moon, the boats, you could jump on a ship and go from one country to another. Military weapons is getting crazy. Military technology is getting crazy. But you mean to tell me the banking system hasn't had any major innovations since I could remember? What you got, direct deposits, online banking? I mean, you can pay for everything online, but like as far as just like the banking system itself, it's so outdated, bro. You still can't even, it still take 2 to 3 business days. You got to send a wire. You got to get the person's, you gotta do almost a background check on it. You gotta know their name, social security number. You gotta do a background check. You gotta get a picture. You gotta rotate your face. You gotta do all type of stupid. Like, come on, bruh. I can't just send my money how I want to send my money, the money that I'm working for. Now, when it come to working for the money, y'all want to do whatever y'all want. But then when I actually got the money, y'all want to control how I can send it, how long it's gonna take. Like, bruh. I want to just send it, man. So those innovations are going to start getting better now that Bitcoin has its own protocol layer, right? So that's what I've been thinking about lately, man. And it's going to get very interesting as the future unfolds. So hopefully what I said there made sense, man. Check out The Internet of Money by Andreas Antonopoulos, man. Make sure y'all check that book out, man. Make sure y'all add that to your readings, man. Not too much, not too long of a reading, but just think about that concept, and man. If anything I said made sense, hopefully it made sense, man. Because I was just kind of rambling and pausing. But yeah, man, we gonna get on up out of here, man. Thanks for tapping in with me, and make sure y'all follow me on X. On Twitter, my bad, I said X, I mean Twitter. Between the Buds, BTW the Buds, man. Follow me there. I don't really tweet that often. I retweet a lot of Bitcoin stuff, some music stuff, some sports stuff. But yeah, make sure y'all like the video. Make sure y'all subscribe to the channel if you like to. We're gonna catch y'all in the next one, man. Peace.